Have you ever been around a woman and felt that something deeper was happening? Something unspoken, something electric? You're just sitting there, having a casual conversation, and yet, there's this strange pull, this magnetic tension that you can't explain. You start asking yourself questions. Am I imagining this? Does she feel it too? Or am I just reading too much into it? Here's the truth. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she won't always say it directly. Most of the time, she'll hide it. She'll mask her feelings behind subtle gestures, tiny shifts in body language, and fleeting moments of vulnerability. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss all of it. But once you know what to look for, once you learn to read the silent language of attraction, everything changes. Suddenly, you can see what others can't. Suddenly, you can pick up on signs that are invisible to most men. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about tricks. This is about awareness, a skill rooted in Stoicism itself. Stoic philosophy teaches us to observe the world calmly, without overreacting, without projecting our fantasies onto reality. We watch, we notice, and we understand. So today, we're diving deep into the 7 signs a woman gives when she's secretly attracted to you. And trust me, these aren't your typical, she laughs at your jokes, clichés. These are subtle, powerful, almost primal signals that reveal more than words ever could. But before we get into them, I need you to do one thing. Forget what you think you know. Forget the pickup lines, the Instagram tips, and the generic advice you've heard 1,000 times. Because if you want to see the truth, you need a fresh lens. Ready? Let's begin. Sign number 1. Her eyes betray her before her words do. Eyes don't lie. They never have, and they never will. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her eyes will tell you before her lips ever do. It's not about how often she looks at you, it's how she looks at you. Imagine this. You're in a crowded cafe. She's sitting across the table, pretending to scroll through her phone. But every time you glance up, you catch her gaze, just for a split second, before she looks away. It's subtle. It's quick. It's deliberate. Sometimes, it's not even about direct eye contact. Sometimes, it's in those tiny, stolen glances when she thinks you're not paying attention. Stoic awareness teaches us to see without reacting, to observe without chasing. Here's what to watch for. Lingering gazes. She holds eye contact just a little too long. Quick darting glances. She looks at you, then looks away immediately, like she's afraid you'll notice. Dilated pupils. Attraction triggers a physiological response. Her body betrays her feelings. And here's the fascinating part. A woman who's hiding her attraction will often try to mask her eyes when she realizes she's giving herself away. She'll blink more, adjust her hair, or suddenly look down at her drink. But the eyes? They've already spoken. Now, here's where most men mess up. They get too excited. They think, she looked at me twice, she must be in love with me, and they start overcompensating. They lean in, they push too hard, and they break the delicate balance. Don't do that. Be stoic. Notice the sign, and do nothing. Why? Because attraction thrives in tension. When you don't rush to act, you allow the mystery to breathe. You allow her to lean in, to invest more, to reveal more. When a woman's eyes reveal what her words won't, pay attention, but stay calm. Stoicism is about seeing the truth without being ruled by it. Observe. Don't chase. Sign number 2. Her body speaks a language she doesn't even know she knows. Words can lie. Smiles can fake. But the body is honest. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her body language changes, often without her even realizing it. This isn't conscious. This isn't deliberate. This is biology working beneath the surface. Think about this. We've evolved over thousands of years to signal interest non-verbally. Back in the ancient world, before dating apps and social media, our ancestors relied on physical cues to express desire and openness. Those instincts are still hardwired into us today. Here's what you might notice. She angles her body toward you. Even in a group, even if she's talking to someone else, her torso somehow faces you. It's a quiet sign of, you have my attention. She mirrors your movements. You lean back, she leans back. You take a sip, she takes a sip. It's subconscious synchronization, nature's way of saying, I feel connected to you. She plays with her hair or jewelry. When women are nervous or excited, they often fidget, twisting strands of hair, touching earrings, adjusting bracelets. It's not vanity. It's her body releasing nervous energy. She accidentally touches you. A light brush against your arm. A playful nudge. A hand resting a little too close. These aren't accidents. They're micro-invitations. But here's the subtle twist most men miss. Sometimes, a woman will show contradictory signals when she's secretly attracted. For example, she might angle her body toward you but cross her arms. Or she might mirror your movements but avoid prolonged touch. Why? Because attraction often battles self-control. She wants to seem composed, but her body betrays her. Stoic observation allows you to notice without judging. Now, here's the key. Never call it out. Don't say, "Oh, I saw you touch your hair. You must like me." That's a rookie mistake. It ruins the mystery and makes her self-conscious. Instead, hold your frame. Be calm. Be grounded. Let her body do the talking while your silence creates an unspoken dialogue. Her body whispers secrets her mind wants to hide. Watch for open angles, mirrored movements, subtle touches, and nervous fidgeting. But don't react. The more stoic you remain, the more she reveals. In the first part, we explored two of the most powerful indicators of hidden attraction, her eyes and her body language. But if you've come this far, you already know that attraction runs deeper than glances and gestures. A woman who's secretly drawn to you will leave traces in her words, in her attention, and even in the tiny details she remembers about you. Now we dive into sign number 3 and sign number 4, two of the most revealing yet overlooked signals of attraction. These are subtle, often hidden beneath casual conversation and everyday moments, but if you learn to see them, you'll understand exactly what she's feeling without her ever saying a word. Sign number 3. She remembers the details most people forget. This is where things get interesting. See, when someone truly likes you, not just casually, not just in passing, but deep down, your words stick with them. Every little thing you say leaves an imprint, and she can't help but hold on to them. Picture this scenario. You're talking over coffee one afternoon, and you casually mention your favorite childhood snack. You don't make a big deal out of it. It's just a passing remark. 2 weeks later, you meet her again, and she brings it up. "Oh, by the way, I saw that snack at the store and thought of you." That's not coincidence. That's not politeness. That's attraction. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, she pays attention, the kind of attention most people reserve for their favorite song lyrics or movie quotes. She notices things you didn't even realize you revealed. And it's not just about remembering facts. It's about how she uses them. She references small stories you told weeks ago. She recalls your favorite food, drink, or movie effortlessly. She brings up old jokes you'd forgotten you even made. She asks follow-up questions about something you mentioned casually, like a work project or a family trip. This is powerful, and here's why. Most men assume attraction is about grand gestures, bold flirting, obvious compliments, dramatic signs. But real attraction? It hides in the quiet details. It's her attention that gives her away. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present and observe carefully. When a woman remembers small details, she's showing you where her focus naturally gravitates, and focus doesn't lie. Now, here's a trap to avoid. Don't mistake general kindness for attraction. Some women are naturally attentive and empathetic. They listen well and remember things because they care about people in general. The key is to look for consistency and exclusivity. Does she remember your details while forgetting others? Does she bring up your jokes, your stories, your dreams? If yes, that's a sign. And there's another layer. When she uses these details to create shared meaning, inside jokes, private references, subtle callbacks, she's quietly weaving a bond. This is her way of saying, "You're not just another person to me. You're different." When a woman remembers things most people forget, she's showing you where her attention lives. Attraction sharpens memory. It turns passing moments into private anchors. Watch how she uses details to create a connection. Sign number 4. She creates space for you without making it obvious. Now, this one is fascinating, because it's not about what she says or what she remembers. It's about how she positions herself in your world. Attraction has a gravity to it. When someone likes you, they unconsciously find ways to orbit closer. They create opportunities to see you, talk to you, and be near you, but they'll rarely make it obvious. Imagine this. You're at a social gathering. People are scattered around, chatting, mingling. You notice she keeps, coincidentally, ending up near you, standing just a little closer than necessary, joining the same small groups, or finding excuses to pass by your side. That's not random. That's proximity psychology in action. Here are a few patterns to look for. She adjusts her schedule. "Oh, you're going to that event? Me too." She positions herself physically nearby, not too close to be obvious, but close enough to stay in your space. She uses excuses to interact, asking small favors, borrowing something trivial, or initiating light conversations just to stay connected. She engages when you're quiet. If you step back or stop talking, she finds a reason to pull you back in. And here's the paradox. When a woman is secretly attracted, she often balances desire with plausible deniability. She doesn't want to be obvious. She wants you to notice without her having to admit it. This is where Stoic observation is key. Don't assume. Don't chase. Just notice. The best response to this behavior isn't to point it out or tease her directly. That breaks the spell. Instead, match her subtlety with subtlety. If she finds excuses to be near you, allow it. If she initiates small conversations, engage, but don't overinvest. If she opens doors for connection, walk through them naturally, without forcing anything. This balance creates tension. Tension fuels attraction. Attraction deepens connection. And here's a deeper truth most men miss. Women rarely create space for men they're indifferent toward. If she's putting herself within reach, physically, emotionally, conversationally, it's because some part of her wants to be seen. A woman secretly attracted to you will quietly create opportunities to connect. She'll accidentally end up near you, adjust her plans to overlap with yours, and use tiny excuses to interact. Notice her patterns, but stay calm. Jealousy is a strange thing. It's raw. It's primal. And it's almost impossible to hide, even for someone trying their hardest to stay composed. A woman who's secretly attracted to you won't say she's jealous. In fact, she might do the exact opposite, acting completely indifferent on the surface. But her micro-reactions will tell the real story. Picture this. You're at a group dinner, chatting casually. Another woman compliments you, laughs a little too loudly at your joke, or rests her hand on your arm. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice it, just for a split second. Her smile falters, her shoulders stiffen, and she suddenly finds something very interesting on her phone. She won't confront you. She won't make a scene. But her energy shifts, and if you're observant, you'll feel it immediately. Here's what to look for. Sudden silence when you mention other women. Quick changes of topic to steer the attention back to neutral ground. Sarcasm or playful teasing about your fan club. Increased engagement. She talks more, laughs louder, or finds reasons to pull your focus back to her. Now, it's important to understand why this happens. From an evolutionary standpoint, jealousy is a built-in competition instinct. Women historically competed for high-value mates, not through direct confrontation, but through subtle influence. So when she feels her position threatened, her unconscious response is to reassert her presence without seeming obvious. And here's where most men blow it. They either ignore it completely, or they tease her aggressively about being jealous. Both approaches kill the vibe. The Stoic move: acknowledge without confronting. If you sense her jealousy, don't point it out. Instead, gently re-engage her, include her in the conversation, share a small inside joke, or subtly bring her back into your orbit. You're not rewarding the jealousy, you're maintaining connection without feeding drama. Remember, the goal isn't to manipulate emotions. It's to observe honestly and act from a grounded place. Jealousy hides in microreactions: a shift in tone, a quick glance, an unexpected silence. Don't call it out, don't exploit it. Stay calm, stay centered, and let the tension quietly deepen. Sign number 6. She tries to stand out without making it obvious. This is one of the most underrated signs of secret attraction, and yet, once you see it, you'll notice it everywhere. A woman who's drawn to you will subtly compete for your attention. But unlike men, who often compete loudly and directly, women tend to play a more covert game. It's less about confrontation and more about distinction, quietly positioning themselves as different, special, and unforgettable. Here's what this looks like in practice. She highlights her uniqueness. Maybe she brings up a quirky talent, an unusual hobby, or a unique life experience, something to make her stand out in your mind. She levels up when she knows she'll see you. Her style, her energy, even her posture subtly shift when you're around. It's not about vanity, it's about signaling value without saying a word. She laughs differently around you. Pay close attention here. The laugh she gives you is softer, warmer, sometimes a little longer than the one she gives everyone else. This isn't performance, it's intimacy, whether she realizes it or not. She initiates micro-moments. Maybe she shares a random meme that reminded me of you. Maybe she sends a song recommendation at 1 a.m. These aren't random gestures, they're ways of saying, "Notice me," without explicitly asking for it. From a Stoic perspective, this is fascinating. Because while her conscious mind might be playing it cool, her unconscious is expressing desire through distinction. Here's the tricky part. Most men confuse this with general friendliness. They assume, "Oh, she's just outgoing," and dismiss it entirely. But when these behaviors are consistent and specific to you, they reveal a deeper intent. The correct response: don't overpraise or overanalyze it. Match her energy, acknowledge her efforts subtly, but don't pedestalize it. Stay grounded. Let her signals come to you without chasing validation. Why? Because when you hold your center, you amplify the natural polarity. And polarity is what keeps attraction alive. When she subtly competes for your attention, by highlighting her uniqueness, leveling up around you, or creating tiny shared moments, she's expressing desire without risking rejection. Notice it, appreciate it, but stay stoic. Attraction has a vibration to it. It's not always something you can see. Sometimes, you sense it before you even understand it. Think about the last time you walked into a room and felt the atmosphere change without anyone saying a word. It's like an invisible current passing between two people, a pull, a resonance, a spark you can't logically explain. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her energy changes in ways she can't control. Her tone softens when she speaks to you compared to everyone else. Her body relaxes around you, even if she's normally guarded. She becomes fully present. No scrolling, no distractions, just you. Conversations flow effortlessly. Silences feel comfortable, not awkward. You sense a certain warmth in her presence, even when words aren't exchanged. This goes beyond conscious behavior. This is biology, psychology, and chemistry working together beneath the surface. From a Stoic perspective, this is where deep observation meets inner stillness. A true Stoic doesn't just see, he feels. He senses the unspoken, the invisible dynamics that others miss. But here's the challenge. Most men rush to act on this feeling. They sense the spark, panic, and immediately try to force connection through confessions, compliments, or exaggerated gestures. That's the wrong move. When energy is building, when tension is quietly forming between two people, the Stoic response is to hold the frame. Be present. Be grounded. Allow the silence, the space, the gravity between you to breathe. Because here's a secret. The unspoken is more powerful than the spoken. When she feels that you notice her energy but don't exploit it, when you stay composed, calm, and patient, it deepens the connection instead of breaking it. This is where attraction transforms into something magnetic. It stops being a game of words and becomes a shared state, something both of you feel without needing to define it. The most powerful sign of hidden attraction isn't in what she says or does, it's in the shift of energy between you. Feel it, acknowledge it internally, but don't rush it. Attraction thrives in quiet tension. Outro, the Stoic way to read her signals. Now you know the 7 powerful signs. Her eyes betray what her words hide. Her body speaks in unconscious whispers. She remembers details others forget. She creates subtle opportunities to be near you. Her jealousy flickers beneath the surface. She quietly competes for your attention. Her energy shifts in your presence. But here's the ultimate truth. None of these signs work in isolation. 1 or 2 signals might mean nothing. But when multiple signs overlap, when her eyes, her proximity, her memory, and her energy all align, that's when you know you're not imagining things. Still, Stoicism teaches us something crucial. Don't assume. Don't react impulsively. Don't get lost in fantasy. Your job isn't to chase, guess, or decode endlessly. Your job is to observe calmly, hold your center, and allow things to unfold naturally. Because the men who rush, who overanalyze, who force outcomes, they break the very tension that fuels attraction. The ones who win are the ones who can sit in the silence, stay grounded, and let her signals guide them. Attraction isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness. It's about reading without reacting, sensing without forcing, and allowing without grasping. So, the next time you notice these 7 signs, remember, don't rush to confess. Don't force clarity. Don't let your emotions rule your actions. Instead, be still. Let her signals come to you. And when the moment naturally unfolds, act from a place of confidence, not desperation. Because in the end, the most magnetic thing you can be is unshaken. If this opened your eyes, imagine what happens when you master not just her signals, but your own presence. If you want me to create a bonus section revealing practical Stoic exercises to improve your energy, awareness, and emotional control, the same traits that make you naturally magnetic, let me know.